Welcome back to Central South Africa. Deep down, I just wish I could play this song. Yo, this song, it doesn't speak to me. Don't get ideas. This song doesn't speak to me. I just like Kwaito as well. It's one of the music genres I like. But welcome back to Central South Africa. I'm Nicky Nash as always, and today you guys join me inside a Chinese-built vehicle owned by an American company, which is called Ford. The company, and the car I'm in today is the new Ford Territory. So I've had the opportunity to drive the vehicle before at launch, and I did say a couple of few things about the vehicle, and a lot hasn't changed from what I said. So if you don't know what I said, click the link in the description box below or the pop-out banner. That's if I don't forget to put it there. But I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this specific vehicle I'm in, from the extra look at the vehicle, interior look at the vehicle, and whether it's a good buy. I think that's the most important thing. So the Ford Territory, this is a very good looking vehicle. If there's one thing I need to give it, it looks good. I like the look of the vehicle in front, the LED headlamps as you get up front. When you move to the rear as well, the rear LED tail lamps. The car overall looks good for me. There's no point in time I feel like the car doesn't look good. The only thing that I feel like could have made the car stand out a bit more was a different set of wheels. The wheels that the car currently is sitting on, they're a bit too bland. They're nothing wow. It's just like, okay, we're just putting wheels because the car needs wheels. So they could have done something a bit more extra with the rim design and all that. But overall, the car for me, from the actual look of the vehicle, looks quite good. And then when you jump inside the vehicle, you're greeted by this cherry-like design of the touchscreen infotainment system. So I say cherry-like design, Mercedes-Benz-like design. You guys know what I mean. And you can see this is not like a Ford thing, because a Ford infotainment system and touchscreen infotainment system, aside from the software behind it, the design you can tell. We'll start with the small vehicles. Looking at like the outgoing Fiesta, it looks like the current Puma. The outgoing EcoSport looks like the Puma. You move on to the Buckies. The Buckies interior quite different, but the design looks the same. Same thing on the Everest side of things. So when you get into a Ford Territory, off the bat, obviously, if you haven't been in a Ford Territory, you would think that you're going to get an interior that looks like that. But not unfortunately, but you don't get that interior. So that's one thing you actually need to look at when you get this vehicle. That there's a lot of things that won't remind you of a Ford until you look at the badge of the vehicle. But you're greeted by this digital instrument cluster up front, which tells you everything you need to know from your speed, your fuel efficiency, and a lot of things. You can't really change much. You can only change the center of the screen to tell you your trip kilometer and just show you other things like tire pressure, all those things. Then you get a 12.3-inch touchscreen infotainment system, which supports Apple CarPlay, wireless Apple CarPlay for those that, me and you guys that don't like Apple CarPlay, wired Apple CarPlay. Yeah, so this one has wireless, so there's a plus for me, and minus for those that want wired CarPlay, I guess. Reba, you're one of those. And then moving on, just underneath the touchscreen infotainment system, you get your haptic feedback buttons. That's for your climate control. And for me, I am not a fan of them. Reason being, I just don't like haptic feedbacks. Some haptic feedbacks. This one I don't like it because it's for the climate control. So that's one thing I don't like. The other things in terms of climate control, you have to deal with it in the infotainment system. Another problem about that is that it's not responsive. It has a bit of a lag when you want to press the AC button or change the wind direction. It has a bit of a lag. And if you don't press that, so if you press the climate control button, your climate screen comes up, and you don't press the screen for like 2-3 seconds, it disappears. So yeah, that's something I don't like. It's disappearing a bit too quickly for my liking. That's one thing. Then moving on to the center console, you get this E shifter for your drive selector. So it's like a rotary dial. So there's park, reverse, neutral, and drive. And then there's an L. The L is essentially low range. So if you're looking at, let's just say you want to be stuck at a low gear, you want power at a low gear, you put the car in low to get out of those sticky situations that you might have found yourself inside. And you get an electric parking brake with auto hold. That's something I really love, auto hold. I'm emphasizing that because like I'm actually speaking about it now. You get auto hold, you get shortcut buttons over here as well, so you can get your home button for the touchscreen infotainment system to go to home. There's a back button, there's a call button, and there's a music button. So sometimes you don't really need to faff around the infotainment system to get to certain things. So if you want to get to call, for example, you can just press the call thing, and then the call things will pop up, and then you'll choose your people, and then you can get the music. You press the music thing, it'll pop up and take you to music. Speaking about what I'm sitting in the seats, you get leather wrap seats. So the one I'm in is the middle specification. So this is the Trend. There's an Ambiente, Trend, and Titanium. I think the Ambiente comes with cloth seats. I stand to be corrected, but you get from the one I'm in into the Titanium, you get leather wrap seats. The only difference from this one moving up to the Titanium that I remember off launch in terms of the differences in the interior, right? Aside from all the safety features and other added features, you get a bigger digital instrument cluster. That's one. Then you get black roof lining with a sunroof. So I'll put the sunroof. I still have the videos. I'll put the sunroof from the launch. So that's the difference that I can pick up without having the titanium back to back with this one right now. That's the thing that I can pick up. The rear legroom is decent enough. You get a lot of space in terms of the rear legroom is decent. Headroom as well is quite good. I like that about the vehicle. Moving on to the boot capacity. The boot capacity for what the vehicle is, the boot capacity is decent enough, quite sufficient as well. It's 444 liters of boot capacity. And then you get a spare wheel underneath as well. I think it's a space saver spare wheel underneath. That's with regards to the practicality of the vehicle. Let's speak about the drive of the vehicle and what the car offers and whether it's a good buy or it's a good vehicle in that regard. So moving on to the drive of the vehicle. For me, the drive of the vehicle was quite good. The car drives decent enough. There's only a point in time where you feel like the car's not getting the job done, and looking at the power as well. So this car's powered by a 1.8 liter turbo petrol 4-cylinder engine, which produces 138 kilowatts and 318 newton meters of torque. So for what the car is meant for, it's meant for those short trips, family trips, for the day-to-day use, moving from one place to another, going to work. And if you do want to do a long distance trip, it is capable of doing that as well. So it is a 5-seater, it's not a 7-seater. I've gotten questions, is this car a 7-seater? The car drives decently enough. So it's powered by a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. While I'm speaking about the dual clutch transmission, you guys know how dual clutch is. You put your foot down, there's a bit of lag. Foot down, then we go. So it's something that you need to get used to, but when it's your car, you will get used to it and you will know your car. So the drive of the vehicle overall for me is quite good. The road imperfections handles it quite well, just that there's a bit of the road insulation is the sound insulation of the vehicle is not the best of the best, so you still hear a bit of road noise. Every bump, if you're not playing music, so right now as I'm driving, every bump that the car goes over, you tend to hear it a bit too much. But if you play music, that muffles out a lot of things that you won't be hearing had you not been playing music. So overall, but the car for me is decent enough. On the fuel efficiency side of things, I've been averaging 8.8 liters over 392 kilometers since I've had the vehicle for the past 6-7 days. And I've did an economy run, and the lowest I saw the fuel efficiency stuck at 120 on the highway for 60 kilometers. The lowest I saw the fuel efficiency go to was a 7.5. So yeah, you guys will make use of that. I don't want to say it's fuel efficient. I don't want to say it's not fuel efficient, because you guys have different expectations of vehicles compared to myself. But it is decent. So also, what I'll let you guys know, as I'm driving right now, I've done 393 kilometers, and my range of the vehicle is saying 185. As you guys will be seeing an overplay video, it should be around 180, because I'm still gonna shoot the overplay videos after this. So, but overall, for me, the vehicle gets the job done, is decent enough. There's not a point in time where you feel like the car lacks something. For me personally, and then you also look at the pricing and the competition as well. So let's speak about the pricing and the competition. Pricing of the vehicle, without the one that I'm in, obviously the starting price of the vehicle is just under 600,000 rand. The one I'm in, you're looking at 632,000 rand. That's without the whole service plan. So Ford unbundles the service plan. If you include the optional service plan, you're gonna pay 646,000 rand. Also, the pricing of that, I think Ford got that bang on the buck, because you're competing with a lot of vehicles from China as well, and a lot of vehicles from Korea. So when I say from China and Korea, I'm speaking about the Cherry Tiggo 7, the Cherry Tiggo 8, the newly launched JQ J7. There's a lot of cars. There's the Hyundai Tucson, should be around this price. There's the Mazda CX-5. There is the Kia Sportage. There's a lot of vehicles. I'm sure I'm missing a few vehicles, and I'm sure I'm missing a few from China as well. Oh, there's a Haval H6. So literally, because there is so many choices in terms of SUVs in the market right now, you can literally pick anything and find anything for 650,000 rand. So Ford pricing the vehicle there in that part of the market, for me, that's clever. It gives people an option to buy this instead of that. So if you're brand loyal, if you like the brand Ford, you can be like, I'm not sure about cars from China, without knowing that those cars from China. That's a thing that could make buyers buy this vehicle, because I feel like the brand Ford holds more weight in South Africa than a brand coming in from China that we don't know. We're only hearing about it in the year 2023, 2024. So there's things you need to look at. But when you look at the competition, how does this fend against the competition? For me personally, this is a good vehicle. It's a good alternative from the competition. It's not better than the competition. Off the top of my head, I'm instantly thinking about the JQ J7. That's a very good vehicle. Good offering from JQ there. There's also the Cherries as well. Cherry, that's a very good offering from Cherry, whether it's the Tiggo 8 or the Tiggo 7. Those are very good vehicles, and I like those vehicles as well. So it'll be tough for me to choose between those vehicles. Well, not tough for me to choose. I'd easily take the ones I mentioned over this. But to a consumer, if you are brand loyal and you want to hold back a bit, the Ford Territory is a good alternative. But I think that's the perfect rating for me to say it. It's a good alternative from the Chinese vehicles that are infiltrating the market right now. So if you take the one I'm in and you finance it over a period of 5 years, which is 60 months, at an interest rate of 12.25% through the Change Cars vehicle finance calculator, you're looking at paying 14,400 rand. That is, for the car, decent money. I'd like to think. I don't want to say it's good money, it's not good money. I'll leave that to you guys. You guys tell me, is it good money, is it bad money? If not, where would you spend your 650,000 rand if you're not buying the Ford Territory? Will you buy a JQ J7, the Mazda CX-5, Kia Sportage, Cherry Tiggo 7, Tiggo 8, all these vehicles? So yeah, you guys will tell me where you take your money. Where would I take my money? I don't know. If I had to choose, it would be tough. Probably by Cherry. The Cherries are good vehicles. That's probably where I would take my money. But I'll definitely give this vehicle a shout. If you are looking to buy a vehicle in and around those size, I'll definitely tell you, go look at the Ford Territory, go have a test drive, and come back and make your informed decision. But yeah, I've told you guys so much about this vehicle, and I think it's time for me to sign out, because I've seen you guys and the content keeps coming. By the way, like every week there's new videos, and I thank you guys for watching the video, supporting the channels. I appreciate it so much. Also, when you guys see me in public as well, thank you for actually approaching me and saying, hey, so sir, we appreciate your work. So I'm speaking because today I was at the mall, and the guy came to me as passing. He's like, hey, switch off. I'm like, hey, what home? Hey, don't smiley, someone, you know. And then it's like, we appreciate your content, keep it up. So I like that, because it gives me that I'm doing good and my audience is liking it. So let me keep doing it. So it's a good feeling. So when you guys do see me in public, don't be shy. I don't bite. People that have seen me, I don't bite. I'll talk to you. I appreciate it. I see all your comments, by the way. So I appreciate those comments too. I appreciate the support. And we're still trying to think of what to call you guys. Mr. How Much gave me a task whether I should figure out what to call you guys. And I don't know. Some of you guys are liking those Sosas. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see over the next couple of videos what you guys want to be called on the channel. And I'm going to do a bit more for the channel. As much as I'm bringing so much content to the channel, sometimes I feel like I'm not doing a lot for the channel, but I'll try to bring the most for the channel. But before I make this a podcast, let me keep quiet and watch the podcast that I'm going to shoot later on with Mr. How Much and all of the stuff, and Bongani. No, Mr. How Much is Bongani. Mr. How Much, Greg, and Greg Dennis. So yeah, I'm Nicky Nash from City South Africa. I hope you guys are liking the content. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm signing out.